Imagine a place where pain is worship, where suffering isn't a mistake, it's a requirement, where a man convinces his followers that God speaks but only through him, and that obedience means blood, amputation, and death. This is a story of the Anthill kids and the man who turned religious devotion into a surgical horror show. This happened in Canada. That still surprises people even now. They expect stories like this to come from somewhere louder, somewhere hotter, somewhere already marked as dangerous. But this took place in forests and snow, in quiet provinces, among people who thought they were stepping away from harm. They were wrong. The group would come to be known as the Anthill Kids. The name sounds almost harmless. That was part of the problem. Ants are small, ants work, ants don't question the shape of the hill they're told to build. At the center of it all was a man named Roch Thériault. He wasn't remarkable to look at. He didn't have the polish people associate with influence. But he spoke with certainty, and certainty has a way of standing out for truth when people are tired, afraid, and looking for something solid to hold on to. Thériault grew up Catholic in a time and place where religion was strict and punishment was familiar. Pain was not something to avoid, it was something to endure. Something that meant you were being tested, the idea stayed with him. When the church softened its teachings in the 1960s, he didn't see mercy, he saw weakness. He decided God hadn't changed, only the people speaking for him had. So he spoke instead. In the late 1970s, he gathered followers who had already felt disconnected from modern life. He talked about purity, about the end of the world, about how cities corrupted the soul and doctors interfered with God's design. He promised survival, but only to those who were willing to give up everything. They followed him into the wilderness. They built cabins, grew food, lived simply. At first, it felt intentional, even peaceful. People like to believe that if life is stripped down enough, the noise will stop. But control arrived quietly. Food became something you earned. Sleep became something you were allowed. Money stopped belonging to individuals. Then privacy disappeared. Then choice. Thériault decided he alone could speak for God now. He renamed himself Moses. He took multiple wives. He decided who could touch them, who could eat, who could rest. Jealousy was treated as rebellion, doubt as sickness. Punishment was framed as correction. It started with humiliation, being made to stand outside in the window, being isolated, then beaten. Belts at first, hands later, always public, always justified. Eventually, Thériault decided he was also a healer. There were no doctors allowed, no hospitals. When someone was sick or injured, he intervened personally. Teeth were pulled out with pliers. Skin was cut out with kitchen knives. Circumcisions were done without anesthesia. Blood soaked into cabin floors. Infection was common. Screaming was expected. He said pain purified the soul. People held each other down during the procedure, not because they believed in him, but because refusing meant far worse consequences. Survival became cooperative. Women were blamed for impurity. They were forced into sex, forced into pregnancy, beaten for miscarriages. Children brought into the groups learned early that crying brought punishment. Hunger was normal, fear was constant. One woman's arm became swollen and discolored. Thériault said it was infected. He didn't seek help. He amputated it himself. No anesthesia, no training. She survived, but many did not. A woman suffering from severe abdominal pain was cut open by Thériault inside a cabin. He had no idea what he was doing. She bled to death. Her body was buried nearby. Thériault later claimed that he could resurrect her. When that failed, life went on as if nothing had happened. More deaths followed, quietly. Children, adults, all absorbed into routine of suffering. No one spoke to the authorities, but then outside world felt unreal. Leaving meant abandoning someone you knew. It meant admitting that everything you had endured had been for nothing. Eventually, one woman escaped. Injured, terrified, she reached the police and told them what had been happening in the woods. When authorities arrived, they uncovered bodies and testimonies that took time to fully understand. What they found wasn't neglect or confusion, it was deliberate. Thériault was arrested, tried, and sentenced to a life in prison. He never expressed remorse. He claimed that the followers had consented, that God had ordered everything, that he was being punished for his faith. Years later, another inmate stabbed him to death. There was no ceremony to it, just another end. The survivors dispersed. Some rebuilt their lives, some never spoke publicly. The children grew up carrying memories that they didn't have words for. The cabin still stands in various states of decay. Snow falls there every year. Trees grow. The land doesn't react to what had happened on it. What remains is not shock, but recognition. These stories don't begin with madness, they begin with answers. And they continue because certainty can be more convincing than kindness and far more dangerous. I'm the doctor. Thanks for watching.